I'm not paying back my student loans. I do not care. Oh, but what about your credit score? What am I going to do with a good credit score? Buy a house on starvation wages? Buy a car I can't afford to insure? I'm not paying them back. I don't give a shit about my credit score. Oh, they're going to garnish your wages. Most of us are underemployed. If they start taking additional money out of my paycheck, I just won't work. My life will not get worse. I'm not going to have the money anyway, so you can't garnish what isn't there.
Imagine telling yourself going from having income to not having income, nothing's gonna change. This is what we're dealing with, guys.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
If you haven't been living underneath a rock, you understand that this student loan situation is getting out of hand. Come to find out, when you tell individuals that you're going to garnish their paychecks for student loans, they have an opinion.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
But I'm here to cut through all of the noise and tell you exactly what not to do. Because the sentiment is, we're not going to pay it back. That's the sentiment.
Are you sure?
And I'm here to tell you, you don't want to do that.
Don't be a fool.
But before we jump into it, guys, my name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel, guys. Also, too, I have a newsletter. Yes, a newsletter. It's completely free. You cannot. Also, too, if you need any type of financing that deals with investment properties or commercial properties, I'm your guy. I've been a lender for almost 20 years. I can assist you with that. That information is in the pinned comment and the description, guys. Listen, for some odd reason, people believe that the best course of action is to not pay off these student loans. Ignore them. And I'm here to tell you, that's a horrible mistake.
Fact.
You think that sacrificing your financial life is the best way to go. You know what? I'm going to show them. Well, it's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. But let's continue to hear what people have to say.
I grew up in a far-right, conservative, hardcore Republican family. And since like kindergarten, I have been conditioned to believe that if I did not go to college, I would not be successful. I was told that if I locked in, got great grades in high school, got into college, focused, and got my degree, that I would have a life similar to the life my parents had, where my dad worked one job for like 35 years, was able to buy a house and go on vacation and support his family. That doesn't exist anymore. There's no jobs out there with pension plans. There's no jobs out there that let people my age just like buy a house. So what was all that work for? Generations of Americans have been told that if they went to college and they did the right thing, took out these loans, that it would be worth it. And most of us are finding out it's not even remotely close to worth it. You're telling me these millionaires and billionaires were able to get these PPE loans forgiven that they took out during the pandemic for millions of dollars? But I have 30 grand in college debt left and I'm refusing to pay it back, and now I'm the problem?
Cool story, bro.
What a story, Mark.
Listen, I understand 100%. I understand. You have this story that you thought that there was going to be the American dream, you know, the white fence, all of this other stuff, tons of money coming in, but that isn't happening. I just want to know, what does that have to do with you paying back your student loans? I'll wait. I'll wait, because you agreed to pay them back. So pay them back. Pow. Oh! That's all I'm saying. You got to have some accountability here. Listen, I'm all for unfairness and all that other stuff. I get it. I really do. But here's the thing. Everything's unfair. Do you want to hear that again? Everything is unfair. What? Show me where in this life things are fair. That everybody is getting something equally. It's not, right? So what do we need to do? What do we need to do? I am telling individuals, I'm not trying to get into the debate of this, the history. I get all of that. All I'm saying to you is, you don't want to play with student loans. I'm telling you, you say you don't care about your credit score. You say you don't care about getting dinged. You don't care about going to collections. You don't care now. But see, you're going to find out that if you're going to go ahead and let these student loans go on forever and gain interest, not take care of them, go ahead and get your paycheck garnished and your credit score drops. You will be the same individual. I'm being honest. This is going to be the same individual that will come back 5-6 years later and say, well, I tried to buy a house, but they wouldn't let me. My credit was destroyed because of student loans.
It's their fault. That's right. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault.
It will be this year, won't be accountability. 6 years from now, there won't be accountability. But at the end of the day, let me tell you what, you know who will care when you get to 6 years from now and your credit's destroyed? You have to file bankruptcy, but the student loans are still on there. You can't get even a credit card or a secure credit card. It's hard for you to get financing on your cars, to take care of your family, all of those things, right? Do you know who will care that you're at financial destruction? No one. Only you. That's what I'm saying. Only you will care.
Y'all might as well call me juvenile because I'm about to have 400 degrees. I'm not paying those student loans back. I'll just go back to school. I signed those student loan papers when I was 18 years old. I was just going to college. There was no plan on paying that money back. You know why? Because that was predatory lending. You knew I ain't had no job. You knew I ain't had no way to pay that money back. You didn't even ask for a cosigner on these loans. And when you do your research on how we got to these federal loans, you'll realize it's just another cog in the racism wheel. Because college used to be free for everybody. It used to be federally funded, which means everybody was paying for college students to go to college. But when it was your granddaddy going to college, it was cool. But when it came time for people like me and my granddaddy to go to college, now we don't want to pay for college no more. Now it's, I do not want to pay for your college education.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Imagine saying that you're going to fight the student loan debt with getting more debt? I mean, that really is very American of you. I'm just saying. Listen, this is the foolishness that we're dealing with, guys. That you're not going to fight the student loan debt because it was predatory. Because, yes, you signed on the dotted line, but you were young and all of this history. And you're saying back 40 years ago, school was free and it should still be free today. That's the reason why I'm not paying my student loan. Man, the accountability is just non-existent. Listen, you signed on the dotted line unless you're ready to deal with the consequences, because you're not. A lot of these guys, you will hear them talking tough, saying, I'm not paying back these student loans, and they could garnish my paycheck. But when they garnish your paycheck, you will hit the alarm. Let's be honest. When they garnish your paycheck, you will run up to the student loan people, say, hey, listen, can we knock that down to $100 a month? And I'm telling you to deal with it today. I'm saying deal with student loans today. Because if you don't deal with them today, trust me. Do you hear me, guys? Let me just tell you this now. You do not want to ignore student loan debt. It's the worst debt. You can't get rid of bankruptcy. It's going to destroy your credit if you do not pay it on time. And then trying to get through to fix something, you're dealing with the government. They work slow, so that means when you're trying to get into these systems and all this other stuff, it's going to take time. Do you think you're going to be able to work with the student loan people saying, hey, listen, can you take some of these days off of my credit because my credit dropped so much? No.
Not a chance.
And while you're thinking, I'm putting a stamp on it, I'm telling these individuals, I'm going to stand on business. That's what you guys are doing. I'm going to stand on business. I'm not paying you your student loans. And I'm here to tell you, you're going to be standing on the street. Did you hear what I said? You can stand on business all you want and not pay these student loans back. But you're going to be standing on the street eventually. These guys will get their money back, student loan wise. You think ignoring it is the best decision. It's not. A lot of these finance guys will tell you, oh, just ignore it. You can get it. It'll drop off your credit. They're pushing you guys in the wrong direction. They're telling you that it's okay to ignore this and that eventually you will be able to drop it off. Oh, don't wait till the next administration. But I thought you guys wanted to buy a house today. I thought you guys were looking for a house, standing on the sidelines waiting. I didn't say sit on the sidelines and ruin your credit. I didn't say that at all. Let me know where I said stand on the sidelines, destroy your credit in the process. Oh, also get your paycheck garnished. That's going to help you get a house. Oh, you wanted that car? You ain't getting it no more. But let's continue.
My mama always used to say you cannot get blood out of a turnip. I'm not worried about this whole student loan debt shit. I'm not. We all know it's a targeted attack on the poor. We know it's a target attack on people who are just low income, living paycheck to paycheck, who just wanted to make, a possibility of breaking generational curses by going back to school or going to school, getting degrees. And they utilize financial aid to do that. And unfortunately, there aren't any jobs in the majority of the fields that people have degrees in. So they had to resort to just making ends meet by going to jobs and, getting positions in places that they didn't get educated for, that they didn't go to school to get a degree for. And now they're defaulted on student loans. I'm not going to lie. I'm defaulted. But you can't get blood out of a turnip. I don't have it.
Yes, you can't take blood from a turnip. Yes, I knew this was coming, guys. Listen, but they can take the turnip. Huh? That's what they're going to do. That's actually what they're doing. So they know that you will not make the payment. So they are garnishing your paycheck. That's the reason why I'm trying to warn individuals. Imagine this. Imagine you getting a warning that they're going to garnish your paycheck. You have weeks, months in advance that they're going to garnish your paycheck. Instead of you trying to stop it, you stick your head in the sand and say, I'm not going to pay it. I'm not going to call them. I'm not going to do anything.
That's stupid.
I'm just going to let them garnish my paycheck. Sounds like you wanted them to garnish your paycheck. And then she says, oh, listen, there's just not enough jobs in the fields that people went to get their degrees in. Well, yeah. I mean, me and my friend Pocket Watching with JT, we've talked about this years in advance. We've been saying to individuals, why are you getting sociology degrees and these underwater basket weaving degrees? Why are you guys getting a degree in English and you're saying, I don't want to be a teacher? Huh? What? You're a history major and then you're saying, oh, don't try to make me become a teacher. A lot of you guys went to school, got the wrong degrees, knowing that they wouldn't make money. Knowing that everybody else knows that these degrees don't make money. And you're saying, I'm not making any money in that degree? Make it make sense to me. And then there's another group. That other group is they went to school for that degree, but they refuse to do the job of that degree. What? Make that make sense.
What the hell's going on over here?
I don't have it. I don't take my refund. I didn't get one this year any way. I don't care. Like, it's not going to hurt me because people like myself, we pretty much operate in survival mode. I'm only going to pay the bills and I'm only going to attend to things that need to be tended to. All right. When it comes to money, and whatever's left is mine. If you feel like you're going to garnish my pay to pay student loans, baby, I will make money without being on the books. There are ways to get paid under the table. Believe that. You don't have to get paid on the table. You don't have to get a W-2 job. You can do 1099 work. You don't have to report everything you earn to the government. And that's just being real. Y'all want to play games? We can play this game. The people who know how to operate in survival mode, people who know how to make 1 and 2 equal 3, 4 plus 4 equal 8, to make things work from A to Z, we ain't worried about that shit. We really ain't. Nobody was really dependent on the government to have the backs of people who don't have money, who don't have enough to make ends meet. These jobs don't pay enough to pay your bills. They don't pay enough to make ends meet. Get another job. 2 jobs don't pay enough to make ends meet. A household with 2 incomes is not enough anymore. So this is just a layer on top of a bunch of bullshit that we really don't give a fuck about. But you can't get blood out of a turnip, so do what y'all got to do. Ain't nobody sweating the student loan shit. I promise you that. Ain't nobody sweating this shit.
I mean, she may care if she's in an orange jumpsuit. Imagine getting advice from someone who said,
You know what? Don't pay the student loan taxes. If they go ahead and take money out of your paycheck, guess what? Get paid underneath the table.
and you're on TikTok saying this. In 4K, you're saying this. You're saying, hey guys, yeah, do illegal things. And the IRS agent is like, excuse me? What say that one more time. Okay, underneath the table. It's right on, it's on camera. It's wild. And these are the people that you're getting your advice from. Someone telling you to do illegal things, and then she puts it underneath the guise of, well, I mean, government, if you want to play games, we can play games too. Guys, listen, don't listen to her. You don't want to play games of going to jail with the government. I can tell you that right now. You're going to lose.
If you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
And to be honest with you, I'm just using math, guys. If you look at the federal prosecution high conviction rate, it's over 90%. I'm just saying, and you're on social media. I'm just saying, guys. And then I want to talk about this generational thing that a lot of people like to throw in here and say, Orlando, they're just trying to ruin generational. No. Let me give you the point of accountability. While everybody knows everything is not fair, while we know certain groups and things may have it worse than others, we know this. Everybody knows this. The only person destroying your generational quote unquote wealth is you. That's right, it's you. You have to take accountability. If you decide not to pay these people back, the government, you decide not to pay back something that you agreed upon, the only person who is destroying, let me say that again, the only person who is destroying your generational net worth, your ability to give to your family, your ability to grow in wealth, your ability to have income, your ability to grow your income, the only person who's stopping that is you. Because you decided early on in your life that you were going to be a kamikaze fighter. You decided that you were going to be a kamikaze fighter and sacrifice yourself. Sacrifice yourself for what? Is it to help you and your family? No, it's not. It's to help some egotistical part of yourself that says, this isn't fair. I'm going to make everyone else pay for the decision I made. But the truth is, you're only hurting yourself.
I'm not paying my student loans. The government keeps threatening all these things they're going to do to people if they don't pay their student loans. I don't think they realize we don't care. We don't have enough to care. We don't care about credit scores anymore. We don't care if you siphon our paychecks. We're just going to quit and move on to the next company because that company was probably going to fire us anyway. People don't stay at jobs like they used to. People aren't locked in to a job they have to stay at for 35 years because they're getting a pension and great benefits. Those things don't happen anymore. So if you threaten to siphon people's paychecks, they're just going to quit and go to another company because that company was probably going to go bankrupt anyway and fire everybody in the next couple months. This is going to be so much work for the government to siphon paychecks, and it's not going to get them enough money. They're going to end up losing money because they're going to have to hire thousands of people to try and get this money from people that don't have it. They're going to end up spending more money than they get in the long run. So these empty threats that they're giving us, they aren't scaring us. If the government's watching, it doesn't scare us. We don't have enough for that to scare us. So I won't pay the hospital then if you take my student loans out of my check. It's one or the other. We pay our health care and our medical bills, or we pay our student loan bills, or our credit cards, or our loans. Like, we can't pay it all.
See, this is very confusing because you have individuals who mix everything together. They're mixing the loyalty of their company to paying bills and loans that they took out. They're saying, hey, listen, if my company's not going to be loyal, then guess what? I'm not going to make the payments. I'm not going to pay my bills. What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is the financial financial literacy and the common sense that's not out there, guys. Listen, how are you saying that you want a company to be loyal to you? They're not. They're not. Companies are not loyal. These companies aren't loyal. Let me just say that to begin with. You know that inherently. So inherently, if you know that these companies aren't loyal, then inherently you're saying you won't pay any of your bills because these guys aren't trustworthy. That's not how the world works. Listen, if you don't want the bills, guys, don't sign on the dotted line. If you don't want the bills, don't sign on the dotted line. If you didn't want Netflix, don't sign up for Netflix. If you didn't want DoorDash, don't sign up for DoorDash. If you didn't want that 22% credit card, Citibank card that's in your wallet today, why did you sign up for it?
Why? 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 Why?
Why did you use $20,000 worth of that to buy DoorDash and to go on vacation? I thought you didn't want it. But let me guess, you wanted that vacation. You wanted those ribs and those chicken wings. You wanted that McDonald's. You wanted that Chick-fil-A. So we did take some accountability here. And see, the problem is that in a couple of years, 3, maybe in 2 years, even maybe 1 year, these same people will come out and say, I have no financial, my credit is ruined. I can't get anything. I can't even get an apartment anymore. I'm living in the gutter because my credit has been destroyed. I owe all this money. This lady is telling you, it's either we pay these or we pay this. You listen to this lady, you'll be filing bankruptcy within a year. And guess what? No one will care but you. Because you listened to a lady that was in her car recording telling you that we need to blame other people other than taking responsibility for ourselves. Let me tell you what, guys. You want to know how to get ahead? You want to hear some advice that everybody says, Leonard, give us the solution. The solution is pay your bills on time. Make sure that you pay your debt. Call these people, set up an arrangement, do whatever you need to do. Because if you do this, you will be ahead of everybody. You know, all of those deals that you guys are talking about that you want, you're going to be ahead of a lot of people because people are doing what these people are telling them. They're telling them, don't pay your bills. These people won't be able to afford a house. These people won't be able to afford a car, an investment property. They won't be able to afford any of that because they are making financial decisions that go against themselves.
Who does that?
And you making great financial decisions, paying your bills, setting up arrangements, checking in to see how much you actually owe, seeing if there's anything you can do to take advantage of any type of programs. You doing that will set you up further, 10 times further ahead of these people. You will then be able to have your choice of a house. You will then have your choice of low interest rates. You will then have your choice of, oh, I want this credit card. I don't want this credit card. You guys know I could talk about this all day. I really could. If you like content like this, guys, please sign up for the Patreon. We go in depth. I do exclusive videos over there, guys. But we all know you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get you to your first rental property. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.